disagree with Ron about. I'm all for term limits. I mean,
Right.
there hadn't been an incumbent. You don't elect a guy for 4 years, you elect him for 8 years. It was 32 years before an incumbent ever got defeated in the city of Chula Vista. And that was because, and that happened to be the mayor and Patty Davis. Other than that, that's all you do. Jerry Rendon, for example, set out 2 years, but he still had the political connections, and he got on the transit board and things like that, kept his hands in with the county board of supervisors and things like that. Ran against a guy named Mike Diaz, who was a captain who worked, he's an engineer who worked in
The firefighter.
Escondido, in fact, and just barely beat him after setting out 2 years and had the political machine behind him. When Rendon came up again for a re-election, nobody even ran against him. You look and you see who they pick and choose. You know, I mean, they're in there for 8 years. That's basically it. They set out to and go. I mean, if Jerry Rendon's proud of his record, you know, after watching the budget go from $31 million to down the hole, then he's got a different idea about what's good for this city than I am. But I even think it should be retroactive. I think once you do your 8 years, you're out of here.
And
So
Ron,
you think it should
Well,
be
let's
retroactive?
do member comments, or
Public comments.
On the comment on the basic idea, first of all, term limits.
Peter Watry. Speaking.
Yeah, Peter Watry. Incumbency is so strong that until this last election, no incumbent has been defeated in Chula Vista since 1970. The power of incumbency is so strong, there really is no choice. And there were unusual circumstances this last time of corruption and so forth. That's unusual. If they'd all behaved themselves, they would have been re-elected. So the power of incumbency is so strong, people do not have a choice. The incumbent wins, period. All over the country, that's true.
And Peter, tell us about, because we've had this discussion for a lot of years now. I mean, you were actually not supportive of this.
Well,
like 6 years, 6 years ago, say.
The commission might know that way back when, in the 70s, the council themselves did this before it became a popular thing about term limits, because they saw the power of incumbency so strong that it just took away democracy. And so the council themselves did this. But there's two arguments. One is the one he made, that you ought to be able to elect who you want to elect, but on the other hand, there ought to be term limits. So they split the difference. Would this be, if you go out for a while, then come back, that's okay. And as Jerry said, Rendon barely won when he came back. Now the second time, as the incumbent, nobody even bothered to file against him. That's how powerful the power of incumbency is. Now as for retroactivity, if you do it now, if you make it so it's retroactive, everybody's going to think you're aiming at Shirley Horton. Everybody's assuming that the state measure loses in February, that she's coming back. And so it's going to look like it's aimed at her. Also, it's going to look like you're aiming at the city members. So for practical reasons, you shouldn't make it retroactive. It'll never get past the council.
I agree. I think that makes it more politically difficult.
Because we're talking about Shirley Horton.
Yeah, that's what everybody's going to think.
They're targeting specific members without naming names, but it will look politically as if you're targeting certain people because the rumors are that they're running, or that's why initially I was not real supportive of doing that, because I thought it would put those fears out there that, hey, this commission is rogue and they're going out there trying to target specific council members or former mayors or former council members and trying to make sure they can't come back. Even though I'm not sure that would actually be.
I don't know. I think we ought to give them a choice.
If it did pass, I mean, assuming that Shirley did run and she got elected in June, I don't think that this would be possible until the June ballot, right?
yeah,
If we got it on, so at the earliest it would go on the same ballot maybe as she was running. So I don't think it would be.
It wouldn't hit her. It wouldn't hit her. So
yeah,
it still would.
But then
it still wouldn't stop.
I almost feel like that's hypocritical, because exactly what we're trying to do is exactly why we're not going to do it. Does that make sense?
You've got to get past the council. You don't have the final say.
Yeah,
but you can't.
This has to go to the voters. I mean, this has to.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to go to the voters, and again, we're not doing it because of those specific people. It's because either this is the right thing to do or it's the wrong thing to do. I mean, I'm sorry. Are there any